Proverbs 24, verse 13 and 14. Eat honey, my son, for it is good. Honey from the comb is sweet to your taste. Know also that wisdom is like honey for you. If you find it, there is a future hope for you, and your hope will not be cut off. Honey in the Bible is used metaphorically. Honey relates to God's promise of abundance. When God called Israel from Egypt, he promised them a land that overflows with milk and honey. This land that overflows refers not just to a piece of earth, it refers to a way of living in the nearness of God, in the worship of God, and then experiencing the blessing of God in terms of abundance, so that honey becomes the symbol of this is how we experience the blessing of God and experience the fulfillment of the promise of God. The idea of the land that overflows with milk and honey is as if God is putting something in front of Israel that they will follow until the promise is fulfilled. Honey is also used as a sense of God's provision. When David fled his son, him and the men with him found not just safety, a hiding place, but they also found manna where God provided them food to eat and to sustain them and to rest and to become strong again. It is also interesting to note that the mystical food manna tasted just like honey, and in that it made the connotation of God's supernatural provision during the time they traveled in the wilderness until they reached the land of milk and honey. Honey is also used as a metaphor for the Word of God. David sings about this in Psalm 119, where the experience of the Word of God is equated to the idea of honey. It is sweet. It refers to the experience of a person when a person starts reading the Bible, starts living the Word, starts obeying the will of God. Then it is something sweet, it is something good, it is something that you search for and want to experience. In these verses, we see that honey is used as a metaphor for wisdom. As wisdom, honey is to be searched and eaten and experienced, and in this sense, wisdom makes your life sweet. It is very attractive to the soul. Wisdom does to the soul what honey does to the body. As wisdom, you search both for honey and for wisdom. As you value honey, you need to value wisdom. Honey was a resource that could be sold and traded with. Honey had value not just for eating, it was also used in medicinal medicinal uses. So as you value your honey, you need to value wisdom. Both honey and wisdom nourishes and heals. Both honey and wisdom are eternal. There was this idea that honey would not go off and honey would last. And that is the idea behind wisdom. The wisdom from God has got this eternal quality, creating this eternal mindset on life where you say, I am not living just for everything here. And it shares this with the idea of honey not going off. Both honey and wisdom needs to be eaten. The idea behind eating is that it becomes part of you and literally you live from it. It becomes the source of your life.